morning. Welcome to an event that you, your family, and friends have been highly anticipating, your graduation from the University of Wisconsin-Platteville. I am Dr. Elizabeth Troop, and I'm the Provost and Vice Chancellor for Academic Affairs. And on behalf of those on stage, our faculty and staff, and the entire university, welcome to today's ceremony. Will everyone please stand and remove your hats for the singing of the national anthem, led today by Savannah Benton. Today, you become part of another special family, that being the UW-Platteville alumni. This is the 198th commencement ceremony at UW-Platteville, where more than 56,000 graduates have earned their diplomas. Congratulations to all of our candidates here today. Now, this is the College of Business, Industry, Life Science, and Agriculture. Last night, we honored the graduates of part of this college, the School of Business. So that makes today's ceremony either BILSA or none of our business. I just read what's written. Later today, we will salute the College of Liberal Arts and Education and the College of Engineering, Mathematics, and Sciences. In all, we have 1,221 undergraduate and 157 graduate candidates in the four ceremonies. As for today's ceremony, we will hear words of encouragement and congratulations from our student speaker, our principal speaker, and finally, our chancellor. We will then recognize some special people and finally present the candidates for graduation. Now, each commencement, a student speaker is chosen to represent the graduating seniors. This year's speaker is Emily Hefty. Emily is a Mount Horeb, Wisconsin native with a major in soil and crop science, emphasis in plant breeding genetics, and a minor in biotechnology. She was an agricultural research field technician, a UW-Platteville undergraduate research assistant, and an intern at Midwestern BioAg. Emily also was a member of various UW-Platteville organizations, including the Agronomy SWCS Club, the Alchemist Club, two National Honor Societies, Alpha Lambda Delta, and Phi Eta Sigma. She was a member of the Collegiate Crops Team, the Horticulture Club, and a principal player in the Symphonic Wind Ensemble and Symphony Orchestra. Please welcome Emily Hefty.
Chancellor, Provost, Dean of BILSA, faculty members, family, friends, and most of all, graduates. It is a true privilege to represent the UW-Platteville class of 2017. I know many of us could not wait for this moment, especially coming back from spring break knowing we still had 2 months left of classes. Each of us reached this day because of the influence of others. Right now, I want all of the graduates to make eye contact or at least wave to someone or the group of people who came here to support you today. Could you all do that quick? Awesome. Now, these people, whether they are friends, family, or faculty members, should be thanked at some point today, as well as every chance you have in the future. When we receive support, we also have a need to give support to others. Now, by saying all of this, my job today is not to preach what is right and wrong, or what you should and shouldn't do. Instead, I'm only hoping to give you a few pieces of advice. I've been given advice by many teachers who are both in and out of the classroom, and I wanted to share these with each of you today. At many points in this journey, I will admit to saying, I can't wait to be done. My dad has remarked many times, he spent half of his life wishing he was older, and now he's spending the other half of his life wishing he was younger. My goal for both you and I is to have perspective. Enjoy life while it is happening, but also remember to grow and move on from your past. As for the future, Dwight Eisenhower once said, plans are nothing. Planning is everything. Now, for the people who know me, please keep reminding me of that. Sometimes, we also need to stand back and reflect on what we did well, in addition to what we can improve on. Today is a significant milestone because it's a day to look back at what has been accomplished and also look forward to the next phase in life. What I decide to do will be completely different from each of you in this audience. Both of my parents have encouraged me to expand what I am capable of, but also never be ashamed of asking others for help. I am so glad everyone is not like me. Otherwise, we would have machinery in disrepair, we'd have a really squeamish medical industry, among many other things. And in fact, if someone had told me during my speech class here that I would be commencement speaker, I honestly would not have believed them. My point here is we all have strengths and weaknesses, and we each have a lifetime to build our strengths and overcome or at least manage our weaknesses. Don't underestimate others, and don't underestimate what you can do either. By building ourselves and each other up, we won't burn bridges that will connect us down the road. Now, after spending 4 years here, I now realize college is not meant to teach us everything about our respective industries. Sometimes it seems I have more questions and unknowns about life than answers now. At this point, our work is just beginning. Learning will not stop once finals week is over. By earning the degrees that we are getting today, we show we have experience, we can learn, and we can be trained. A degree also means we are willing to dedicate our time towards long-term goals. But remember, a degree doesn't mean the world owes us anything, or that we may be better than the next candidate for a job. Whether we majored in biology, agriculture, industrial technology, or you specialized in socializing while you were here, we are not bound to jobs in any one industry. A major does not dictate and restrict us, nor does our first job determine our fate until we retire. We have the power to change career directions because sometimes life opens doors we were previously unaware of. This world needs people with more than one interest and ability. We need people who listen as well as speak. We need people who think as well as act. I believe each and every one of us has a purpose for our life, and I hope your experience at UW-Platteville allowed you to find, or at least narrow down, how you will contribute to society. I am so excited to see what this class accomplishes because I know there are many amazing people here today. In closing, I want to congratulate all of you, the class of 2017, on reaching this day. Everyone, we did it. We have all earned a bachelor's degree, which according to a 2016 report from the U.S. Census Bureau, only 33% of the adult population has in the U.S. today. I will close with a quote which applies to everyone, not just the graduates here. You may not always end up where you thought you were going, but you will always end up where you were meant to be. I wish each and every one of you the very best in your lives to come. Thank you.
Today's principal speaker is Ann Moyer. Ann is a molecular genetic pathologist in the Division of Clinical Biochemistry and Immunology at the Mayo Clinic in Rochester, Minnesota. She earned her bachelor's degree from UW-Platteville in 2002, majoring in both biology and chemistry. Ann earned membership from many honor societies and received scholarships, and she was given an Alumni Association Super Senior Lifetime Membership Award. She continued her career through the American Association for Cancer Research Scholar in Training Award in 2015, and she currently holds the role as co-director of the Personalized Genomics Laboratory. Please welcome Ann Moyer.
Thank you for the opportunity to be back here in Platteville speaking to the graduates of the class of 2017. Back in 2002, I was sitting in one of the chairs that you are now occupying. Around that time, many scientists were hard at work trying to complete the Human Genome Project. But on a more local level, most of Platteville's biology majors were learning genetics from perhaps one of the most enthusiastic professors I have ever met. I was heading off to begin an MD-PhD program at Mayo Clinic, so despite finding genetics to be very fascinating at the time, I didn't realize that it may be a part of my future. Once I arrived in Rochester, Minnesota, home to the Mayo Clinic, in a town that was about 10 times the size of Platteville, I met my new classmates. They were all very friendly, but soon it became apparent that maybe my background was a little bit different than some of theirs. What tipped me off was when everyone was headed one day to Starbucks to study, and I said, my hometown didn't even have a Starbucks. They were then astonished to learn that I had spent my undergrad years studying in none other than the Carmen Library. It turned out that many of my classmates were from large cities and had attended Ivy League schools. However, as we settled into our first classes, any differences quickly disappeared, and there was no question that the top-notch faculty here at UW-Platteville had prepared me well for the challenges ahead. In addition to medicine, I also learned some life lessons along the way. One of the most valuable to me was this: you and only you are responsible for your own happiness. To have a successful life and to be happy, you need to figure out what it is that is important to you, and then live your life consistent with that vision. As a medical student, I met many people who were nearing the end of life. Listening to them, this message was really reinforced. Those who were happy had lived the life that they had wanted, and those who had regrets usually had set goals and they knew what their priorities were, but then too many excuses got in the way. So after 2 years of medical school, I transitioned to the less structured environment of graduate school and was able to begin to apply this life lesson. One day in my pharmacology class, a professor taught us about pharmacogenomics, which is the use of genetics to predict how patients will respond to a medication by knowing who will respond well and who might have a bad reaction. But really not the content, but what struck me the most about this lecture was that much like my experience in genetics as an undergrad, this professor also had what I can only describe as a contagious enthusiasm. I immediately knew who I wanted to be my thesis mentor. During graduate school, in addition to learning pharmacogenomics, I learned how important it is to be adaptable. The completion of the Human Genome Project rapidly changed what we could do in a genetics research lab, and in time would change patient care. When I started my thesis project, the goal was really just to identify genetic variation in a single gene and functionally characterize that variation. And this was a typical thesis project in my mentor's lab at the time, but quickly, because of the advances in genetics, this ended up going much faster than expected and no longer seemed sufficient for a thesis. So I moved on to a project studying the entire glutathione pathway instead of just one gene. But the technology kept advancing such that by the time I finished graduate school, I had the opportunity to perform a genome-wide association study in hopes of understanding why some people can develop toxicity on a standard dose of Tylenol. A graduate student performing a genome-wide association study was almost unthinkable only a few years earlier. And by the time I finished my thesis work, I knew that I wanted to incorporate genetics into my career. Now, how does that life lesson fit in here? As a graduate student, there is always more work than can be done, but you get to manage your own schedule. This might be similar to some of the jobs that you will be taking in the future. Working 24/7 certainly isn't possible, and working not at all isn't really an option either. So therefore, you must think about everything that is important to you and then find a balance. As much as I loved where my career was taking me, to me it was also important to spend time with my husband. We had gotten into cycling around that time, so each day the question became, do I stay late at work and squeeze in another experiment so that I can further my career, or do I go home today to enjoy that bike ride together? When work gets busy and deadlines are looming, it becomes much easier to forego some sleep or maybe to skip out on that bike ride or whatever else might be important to you. However, I've realized during these times, often if I become unhappy, the root of my unhappiness or stress isn't really actually the pressures of my work, but it's more the absence of a part of my life that is very important to me. Therefore, I make the decision to stop and take that bike ride together. Despite having less time to do my work, I find myself more productive and, more importantly, am happy again. The key is that I am the only one who can make that change to get myself back on track. It took me a while to select a medical specialty, but once I discovered that pathologists don't just perform autopsies or spend all day all alone looking at slides, but also that they can run clinical laboratories, and better yet, that I could subspecialize to become a molecular genetic pathologist, I knew that this was the career for me. Now I am a co-director of a clinical pharmacogenomics laboratory. And interestingly, our lab launched its first pharmacogenomics test, cytochrome P450 2D6 testing, which is important in the metabolism of many commonly used drugs, back in 2003, around the time the Human Genome Project was wrapping up and close to the time that I was sitting in your chairs. Now we routinely perform and interpret many genetic tests to help guide physicians in selecting and in dosing medications. We're moving towards multi-gene panels and beginning now to struggle with the reality that increasing numbers of our patients are having their entire genomes sequenced, something that was definitely unthinkable when I was sitting where you are. So in closing, do something that you enjoy, both in your career, but also in the rest of your life. Remember that only you are responsible for your happiness, so think about what your goals and priorities are, and then make sure that you are living your life in a manner that is consistent with them. You never know when you'll come across someone who will spark your interest and who will shape your future, nor when maybe you will do the same for someone else. Finally, as Dr. Charles Mayo once said, today, the only thing that is permanent is change. That definitely remains true today, so embrace the rapidly changing world around you and forever be a pioneer.
Thank you very much. That was very inspirational. I now ask that Phil Moldrum, President of the Alumni Association Board of Directors, come forward to present the Alumni Lifetime Pioneer Memberships. Phil?
Thank you, Provost True. University of Wisconsin-Platteville Alumni Association annually recognizes outstanding graduates with the honorary Lifetime Pioneer Award by awarding lifetime membership in the Alumni Association, a $400 value. The award is based on a variety of criteria, including campus activities and leadership, community involvement, professional development and employment, academic excellence, and the probability of future involvement in the Alumni Association. I ask the following graduate to stand and be recognized. An animal science major from Elkhorn, Wisconsin, Morgan Henria. Congratulations, Morgan. And to all of you, our graduates and soon-to-be alumni, congratulations. Wherever your next chapter in life takes you, always remember that we are forever pioneers. Thank you.
Thank you, Phil. Now, you may be wondering what the different colored stoles and cords are around many of our graduates. Our international students wear white flag stoles featuring the United States flag and the flags of their home countries. UW-Platteville students who have studied abroad wear stoles featuring the flags of the country where they studied. In addition, clubs, organizations, and honor societies have bestowed different color stoles and pins on their graduates, representing extracurricular and high-impact practice learning that went along with their classroom activities. I'd like to call special attention to those wearing gold honor cords. Those gold cords are worn by students who have received academic honors. The students graduating with academic honors are also designated with asterisks in the commencement program. Will the individuals who have achieved honors and are graduating magna cum laude please rise? These students have earned cumulative grade point averages above a 3.5. Congratulations to our magna cum laude graduates. Now, will the students earning the highest honors and are graduating summa cum laude please stand? These students have earned cumulative grade point averages between 3.75 and a perfect 4.0. Congratulations, summa cum laude graduates. It is now my distinct privilege to introduce Chancellor Dennis J. Shields. He has been our Chancellor since fall of 2010. During that time, he has guided the campus through tremendous growth in programs, resources, and facilities. In addition, he has championed the faculty and staff by working with all aspects of shared governance, ensuring the university remains committed to our core mission of providing an affordable and accessible education. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Chancellor Dennis J. Shields.
Thank you, Dr. Troop, and thank you, Dr. Moyer. You're an inspiration to these graduates today. Graduates, I'm pleased to congratulate you today at this ceremony marking your completion of the requirements of the academic program here at the University of Wisconsin-Platteville. And I'm very pleased on behalf of myself, the faculty, and staff to tell you that we're very proud of you. Parents, faculty, and staff, you have my heartfelt appreciation for helping these graduates achieve their goals. We appreciate the financial, academic, and emotional assistance that you have provided to prospective graduates assembled here today. Your belief in them has had a significant salutatory impact on their journey thus far. With your support, these graduates were able to believe in themselves, excel at this university, and achieve the success we are celebrating today. Thank you. Now back to the graduates. This ceremony marks the close of an important chapter in your lives and the beginning of another. When each of you cross this stage this evening, this afternoon, or this morning, all here, I have to do this 4 times, You will become a part of the Pioneer legacy. Now, as you embark on the next exciting phase of your lives, I have a challenge for you, and that's to be true to a specific pillar that describes what it is to be a University of Wisconsin-Platteville pioneer, and that's to engage civically. And may you do so continuously and positively in all of the communities in which you live. For pioneers, this engagement means being committed to the civic life of our communities and to be committed to continuously developing the knowledge, the skills, the values, and the motivation that enable you to make a positive difference. Being civically engaged means that you will extend yourself and give of your time, energy, and attention to promote the quality of life in your communities in ways both large and small. Now, this engagement can take many forms, through local, regional, state, or national politics, or social or community activities, or as an aspect of your professional careers. It means that you are an active participant in the world around you and contribute to the well-being of the neighborhood in which you live, the communities of which you are a member, and more broadly in your state or region as well as nationally. This university is well known for producing pioneers that are known for their positive contributions to the communities in Wisconsin and beyond. Pioneers have served and continue to serve local, state, and national government. They coach youngsters in Little League and volleyball. They volunteer at hospitals and participate in the lives of the local educational institutions. In other words, they help solve issues in their communities. They contribute to improving both physical and social infrastructure of the communities where they live. Keep in mind that you have the ability and likely will have many opportunities to have an impact in ways that are big and small. Some of this means just taking the time to help someone in need. You never know how a small gesture can have an impact on someone's life. Let me tell you about something that happened to me. When I was about 11 years old, I was taken out of one foster home and taken to live in a boys' home. I was not having a good time living there. And so in late October, I decided I would depart. I ran away. I walked about 5 miles. Being the smart young man that I was, I didn't take a jacket with me. It was a little cold. So I ducked into a gas station. The store clerk looked at this 11-year-old that was in his store at about 11 p.m. at night, unattached, and engaged me. He talked to me, he found out what my problems were, what I was up to. And eventually he convinced me that the best path would be to return to the boys' home. I, of course, didn't want to walk that 5 miles back. He closed the gas station and drove me home. Now, I'm certain that situation could have proceeded differently. If I had been picked up as a runaway, the result of my actions likely would have sent my life on a different trajectory. This simple act by a stranger kept me on track and avoided a whole range of bad outcomes. So many of you have experienced civic engagement or witnessed it while you've been on this campus. Think of the people, probably one of the professors sitting right here in front of us, who went above and beyond for you. Someone who recognized an opportunity or resource that you needed, and they made sure you got it. Additionally, our own academic community continues to foster a sense of civic engagement beyond our campus. A great example is our chapter of Engineers Without Borders. The student members in Platteville chapter have been making a difference in rural Ghana for several years by helping to build a primary school that will serve 250 to 300 students from kindergarten through grade 6. And whether you know it or not, you've witnessed the results of alumni being engaged with our university. For example, Robert and James Wright. Both are veterans and University of Wisconsin-Platteville alumni. And they saw it as their mission to provide opportunities for veterans to thrive in educational settings. So they donated the money to establish the Wright Center on our campus. The center provides support and community for veterans and non-traditional students working on their degrees at this university. As a result of the presence of the Wright Center, veteran students report feeling more comfortable and more connected and better able to perform at this university. All of this is an outcome of the contribution of the Wright brothers to this university. They understood a need and took the initiative to enhance an aspect of this community. So, as you leave here and begin the next chapters in your lives, please reflect on the people and institutions that contributed to your personal achievement and success. Plan to be a University of Wisconsin pioneer who provides that kind of support in your community. Consider becoming a volunteer in some community-based activity. Always be a good neighbor, a leader in your church, or an engaged local business person, or even run for office. All of these are positions from which you can help empower and improve your community as pioneers who have gone before you. Remember, you never know how the smallest gestures can have a profound impact. I never saw that clerk from the gas station again, but I will be forever grateful to him that he thought about the right thing to do for me, and he did it. You may never see the professor from this university who went the extra mile for you here, or the donors who contributed to your education at this university. But it is my request to you that you go out and be good citizens in your new communities. Your pioneer education has prepared you to do this. The foundation that you have built at this university will provide much of what you will need to excel in your future endeavors. Take your experience at this university and your piece of the pioneer legacy with you into your new jobs, your families, and your social networks, and intentionally work to have a positive impact on the workplaces and communities where you live. As a new member of the Pioneer Legacy, know that you are in charge of your own destiny, and that your alma mater has great faith in you, and have no doubt that you can make a powerful impact on the world. And remember, wherever you go, that you have the power to make every day a great day to be a pioneer. Thank you.
I'm a little short. All of the individuals who are candidates for bachelor's degrees, please stand. Chancellor Shields, as provost and as directed by the university faculty, I certify that the individuals standing before you are candidates for the Bachelor of Arts or Bachelor of Science degrees, and on completion of the prescribed curricula are entitled to receive their degrees from the University of Wisconsin-Platteville. I therefore recommend that these candidates be granted the appropriate diplomas for the curricula completed.
Upon this certification by the Provost and Vice Chancellor, and with the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents of the University of Wisconsin System, I am pleased to confer upon you the degree that you have earned, together with all the rights and privileges attending thereto.
And now, undergraduates, please take your tassel and move it from right to left on your mortarboard, as you are now a UW-Platteville graduate. Congratulations. Please be seated as we begin the awarding of individual degrees. Now, we know that this is an exciting time and we expect some celebration. But I do ask that everyone show respect for the graduates and for those seated near you. All here are anxious to hear the name of their special graduate. So please refrain from excessive celebration or using artificial noisemakers. It has happened. Registrar David Keykafer will read the names of the candidates. I now ask Dr. Wayne Weber, Dean of the College of Business, Industry, Life Sciences, and Agriculture, to come forward.
It is an honor to honor our graduates And with all this talk of genetics, I think this is probably the best commencement I've ever attended. To see a friend and former student, Dr. Ann Moyer, accomplish so much, it's truly inspiring. It reflects well the outstanding education UW-Platteville provides, the faculty and staff, the commitment that they have for their students. And it reflects the outstanding potential that each one of you as graduates has. Chancellor Shields and Provost Drew, as Dean of the College of Business, Industry, Life Science, and Agriculture, I present to you the candidates for the degrees of Bachelor of Arts or Bachelor of Science. Candidates, please come forward.
Emily Nicole Hefty. Sarah E. Duncan. Preston A. Cernak. Arlen John Ackerman. Jacob S. Adams. Rustin J. Alton. Peter James Anderson. Anthony C. Arcaleo. Eric Lee Barger. Aaron Bauman. Brody C. Beard. Paige M. Bowden. Nicholas Austin Beltrano. Brenton T. Benedict. Alyssa Joy Bequest. Jane Renee Byer. Nicholas A. Bamey. Anna Mae Boschert. Jesse J. Buffew. Marcy Dolores Brackett. Sarah Ann Brackney. Justin E. Buntrock. Brennan Ericole Birkland. Jordan N. Bush. Michaela R. Byington. Alec Charles Carlson. Jeffrey Tyler Castleberry. Nicholas A. Cheverati. Abel Chinos. Emmett Joseph Clare. Devin A. Coates. Jose M. Collado. Joseph Landon Conklin. Miranda R. Craig. Wesley Todd DeClerc. Kimberly Marie Dalatel. Brock Henry Dieter. Joel F. Diekoff. Michael D. Digman. Justin Robert Dorn. Shannon M. Drexler. Candace Nicole Edwards. Tori Crystal Ellers. Ashley and Marie Eckberg. Aaron R. Fensky. Alista Jean Fisher. Regina R. Fisher. Daniel R. Flannery. Patrick James Foley. Carrie Ann Foster. Nicholas J. Frankland. James H. Frankowski. Lydia Janine Frias. Renee Danielle Galvin. James Gregory Gelwicks. Trent M. Gerlach. Alex James Gotch. Colton J. Grebe. Caitlin B. Greiber. Shelby Lynn Grinnell. Sydney Lynn Groan. Rachel Faye Groth. Michaela M. Gutenberg. Paul L. Hagland. Kendra Halverson. Joshua J. Harmon. Abigail Edna Harris. Scout M. Harrison. Michael C. Hayes. Danielle Marie Hegeman. Jonathan M. Hayden. Stephanie Elizabeth Heindel. Darren Edward Helmenstein. Hannah K. Hendel. Morgan Lee Henriott. Mason Risa Harrell. Brooke Elizabeth Higbee. Riley W. Higgins. Bryant Alex Hintz. Eric Joseph Hinsman. Drake W. Hodkowitz. Jacob C. Hosley. David F. Hoff. Jared Allen Telling. Nicholas Paul Huffman. Ashley B. Hertz. Alyssa M. Iserman. Jeffrey Allen Jacobs II. Kyle D. Janikowski. Mallory Marie Jasicki. Trevor A. Johannes. Alexander B. Johnson. Derek J. Johnson. Henry Thomas Johnson. Andrew James Kalis. James David Callahan. Lacey Joanne Callahan. Trevor Maurice Cairns. Justice W. Kelly. Jason T. Kemple. Justin Nicholas Kemple. Jack Michael Kendall. Gloria G. Kessler. Aaron E. Kiesel. Bobby L. Killian Hovey. Kelsey K. Kingery. Ryan M. Knuth. Adam M. Kester. Thomas L. Cohnhorst. Andrew Joseph Colts. Seth R. Kaufman. Thomas R. Kelly. Leah Jean Koning. Braden John Kramer. Alexander R. Krepline. Aaron W. Krusher. Megan Nicole Kabatsky. Ashley N. Lamb. Nicholas Edward Lane. John Daniel Larkin. Matthew John Larson. Talia P. Lear. Rebecca Renee Lee. Taylor Lynn Lemish. Brianna M. Levson. Kramer Scott Lewis. Joseph E. Linder. Lindsay M. Leffelholtz. Kaylin Marie Lund. Samuel E. H. Luby. Heather R. Lynch. Elliot R. Marquardt. Robert Martin. Kevin A. Martinson. Christopher John Meyer. Jessica J. McDermott. Rachel Mary McDonald. Andrew Edward Myborg. Matthew J. Minky. Kyle Allen Mers. Joel Scott Mesera. George Paul Mason Miller. Miranda G.M. Miller. Samantha Lee Miller. Bronson A. Motes. Abby E. Molenbeek. Austin T. Mall. Casey R. Moss. Brett Derek Munster. Cade Walter Mullet. Mitchell P. Mulroy. Kellen T. Murphy. Haley Renee Myers. Kellen T. Myers. Connor James Nelson. Michael John Nevins. Henry Jonathan Nichols. Roger Nicholas. Alexander M. Noble. Zachary Clarence Nolder. Olivia D. Nottestad. John T.B. Olson. Erin Margaret O'Toole. Rachel Rose Peterson. Isaac C. Peterson. Colby David Peterson. Emily L. Phillips. Teresa M. Phillips. Haley Lynn Planachek. Cameron Lee Posey. Ethan R. Pruce. Lucas H. Puckhaber. Cody G. Putney. Avery Francis Radu. Zachary C. Raisbeck. Miranda Sue Randall. Stacy Lynn Vogel Rauscher. Mitchell G. Reinhardt. Benjamin D. Reese. Seth Alexander Rembold. Sheila K. Retzky. Clay W. Retzloff. Taylor James Riedel. Garrett S. Rick. Olivia C. Riley. Andrea Laura Ripley. Wesley Stephen Rogler. Austin Arlie Ross. Dylan J. Ross. Pierce L. Russell. Zachary S. Sabel. Christopher R. Sake. Ryan Patrick Sauls. Noel Jared Sanders. Mackenzie M. Sarbacher. Nicholas Richard Saul. Joseph R. Shannon. Kayla Joy Schuneman. Jade E. Schleicher. Michaela Marie Schmidt. Taylor D. Schultens. Katie A. Schulteis. Edmund S. Schultz. Nick D. L. Schumacher. Shannon Marie Schumacher. Alexandria C. Shaw. Sarah L. Sheehan. Randy R. Sheets. Amy Grace Silver. Samuel G. Simmons. Joshua Hunter Skripchuk. Zachary S. Stanger. Michael J. Stengel. Corinne E. Stower. Nathan Tyler Stone. Zachary Scott Streckenbach. Alan James Tuzinski. Kelsey Kimberly Summers. Timothy John Temperley. Nicholas Dana Thiessen. Kevin Walter Tim. Alex Peter Thompson. Todd Robert Tibbetts. Marshall T. Trakowski. Edward James Troutner. Katie Ann Trosson. Chase Walter Tischer. Carolyn Ray Twardowskis. Justin David Vanden Bogart. Sarah E. Van Huysen. Craig Joseph Wagner. Melissa Louise Wagner. Stephanie Walrack. Cadence Marie Walsh. Lauren E. Wyerup. Kevin C. Weiss. Dayton J. Wellner. Devin Joseph Wellnitz. Tyler M. Welsh. Margaret Lauren Vernick. Eric Samuel Weltzine. Peter D. Wilkie. Joanna Marie Kortenkamp Wilkinson. Kelsey Jane Willie. Roger Earl Williams. Billy Rex Williams III. Dawn Lynette Williamson. Jonathan D. Witzman. Samuel D. Worster.
Putting a ceremony this complicated together takes considerable work, much of it behind the scenes. I'd like to give a thank you to the following: to all of our senior staff, some of whom are seated here on the stage; to the commencement committee led by Dr. Joanne Wilson and Dr. Leonida, I'm never going to get her name right. She knows who she is. I've tried several times and I don't get it. Commencement marshals, Jody McDermott and Alicia Prill Adams. and congratulations to your graduates. Registrar David Keykafer, who read the names. Our student ambassadors, who served as ushers. The UW-Platteville Steel Drum Band. Shout out. Media Technology Services, the Division of University Relations. For all those just mentioned who helped with the production of today's ceremony, please rise and be recognized. Sitting in front of the stage is a group who has taught and advised and so much more our graduating class. Will the UW-Platteville faculty and staff stand and be honored today? None of this, of course, would have been possible without this last group I'm going to mention, who have helped our graduates throughout their collegiate careers and, in fact, throughout their entire lives. Will the family and friends of the 2017 graduates please stand and be recognized? Thank you. Now, please turn to page 56 of your commencement program for the alma mater, led once again by Savannah Beck. The commencement ceremonies have been recorded and are available for on-demand viewing on the campus website. For the audience, please remain seated until the faculty have left the gymnasium. Once the faculty have reached the lobby, the graduates will be dismissed and can join their family and friends. The flags representing all of the countries from which our students hail are displayed out in the main lobby for pictures, as are the college banners. That concludes our ceremony. Once again, congratulations to the University of Wisconsin-Platteville graduating class of 2017.
Here we go.